Intia among for MP comparison. When it comes to comparison, and I say, my reaction is some way. But I've always maintained that comparison is a normal phenomenon, a part of us. I mean, we've been comparing since industries. You compare industries, you compare D. It is part of your living. In politics, you compare Mahamane Nanado. You compare Nana Mahamane Baumia. It's a common. In sports, the last time we said TV station a poll who is the greatest Black Star captain of all time. Abedi Pele, Stephen Appiah, Asamoah Gyan, Dede Ayew. Comparison. Basketball for the basketball fans. LeBron James is always compared to Michael Jordan. Almost everything. A couple of days ago, again, for more basketball fan, Golden State Warriors, almost point guard Steph Curry. Also, this one, the greatest point guard of all time. A lot of friends saying basketball talk shows across the US. Debates. Compare Steph Curry against Magic Johnson because they felt that Magic Johnson is the greatest point guard of all time.
Ronaldo and
Messi. On that level, every single day, they are comparing statistics. Who is the greatest and all? It depends on the context. Now, only they tell. What are subjects of comparison? Or three options. Either subject comparison, no amount. A bit spare one to do more because whoever you compare to clearly based on a certain factor. It does so I remember where I get more to actually equalize and I say do more than who you are being compared to. Or Rebecca say okay, Obe frustrated, Obe depressed, like just a me king. Comparison not cause anything Charlie, I'm frustrated with this comparison. That's another option. The other route now between your final is to be cavalier. Nonchalant, like you don't really care. You three options now, which makes you say, it's either you allow the comparison to motivate you, you allow it to frustrate you, or you don't really care. But try make comparing there, we do it all the time. This Nigeria-Ghana comparison, we all know so over the years there's been this friendly or intense comparison or rivalry I way in Nigeria for Intel. True or false? You compare a rivalry in sports. In Adrian, in Nigeria, and sometimes when you go on social media, it's intense.
Your love.
Yes. We even compare politics. Saying you never kind of cry, especially more politics. Talk about Buhari, president. They were comparing him to Nanado to the point where they even talk say, but Buhari is incompetent. At a point, Nigerians were craving for a Nanado kind of president in one country. We said, Ghana for because in the Komayen. You get so and I remember those times. Nanado brought for no woman Nanado brought.
Yeah.
You insist Nigeria can be a cost for a period. But you see, this issue about Nigeria for mobile freely arenas, or freely O2, freely stadia, and Ghana for comparison. Seriously, it won't end this year. It will not end. Miss G, Westgate, I feel it O2 5 times. Almost every time you're Filibiano. Ghana for artists no any problem. Davido I feel O2 twice. Benaboy I feeling it once. Now seeing Benaboy feel a couple landing show or board New York first African artist to actually fill the stadium. Ghanaians were mentioned. Wizkid Echo Philly Tottenham Hotspur Stadium we were mentioned. Now in the meantime I say enjoy because in the next couple of weeks Rema is still going to fill that auditorium. We will still talk about it. And do you know Nigerian artists are more waiting list to actually achieve that feat?
Yeah.
There's Flyboy, there's Ayasta, there is Tigwa Savage, there's who? Give me the names. They're all on that waiting list to fill it. And see, and your dear sir say ubi fill enjoy. Now you know, I feel say the amma comparison no see and I intense no yet. Coincidentally, Ghanaian artists are all over the world playing shows. And see, the temptation to compare no is on that level. Because here, I'm actually seeing Sarkodie doing a lot.
Yeah.
Going here, going there, going there, going there, going there. Stonebwoy is on that level. Stonebwoy work ethics from last year entering to this year, no, almost unmatchable. He's actually grinding from one show to the other, to the other, to the other. I can promise here, Familia just came back from a tour. Now we're actually seeing this. Now, on the flip side, we see our Nigerian counterparts doing probably more. In this dispensation, agenda on Twitter, it's a more on Instagram, and you say people will not compare and talk about it. No, ain't possible. Because the coincidence is glaring. Because I'm seeing Sarkodie playing at, you can understand, VA, and I'm seeing this one. The temptation to actually say, but what's happening? Why is he getting this kind of audience? And see, that comparison, we cannot do. Now, I can understand the frustration of the likes of Familia and the rest. Because, Miss G, if you are always placed under some serious scrutiny, a big point you go because, but what am I not doing right? What am I not doing right? Why are they still, on my neck? And sometimes I say, a nice artist in the shoes, mukakra. Say, every time Bia Nigeria need Befele Auditorium or Befele Stadium, they mention them. And see, I say, it do that point now, as I see across my brain. And if we realize that there are a lot of Ghanaians and so are more fighting back with this comparison with these mentions because they are kind of tired. And I'm person almost say that tiredness, no, so tiredness is more forget it because after na be now about Befele Auditorium, no, Befele Stadiums. It's a comparison there because society.
Now, on just said the NCIA for and I say your way and say it's coming from to say Shatta Wale post no
I'll come to Shatta Wale.
You should understand better.
Yeah.
Mami Kai post no Nigerians are making Ghana music look like feeding bottle compared to Hennessy bottle. Congrats to Ashake, man. You guys they run too fast. Some Ghana man say, how do you do it? He says he to the Ghana man, when you stop judging people here like you are angels, I think we can get the formula. Niger is winning big time, my people. Cheers.
I wanted to wait for the Shatta Wale bets no kakra. But once you are pushing me, let me just enter. I do not think that Shatta Wale is the major problem I have with regard to our artists being unable to fill, stadia and arenas and the KK count. You know, Shatta Wale problem. The problem, no, the personality, the way you're talking down on other colleagues, how you're belligerent and all that stuff. How it doesn't really affect our ability to actually feel O2. The only problem is since 2013, you're no persona, no a problem. How do you convince me say Amrado's inability to go and feel O2 a Wale problem? Because Yin said for Amrado to go and feel O2, probably you must be signed to an international record label. Label will be ensure say or be connected with the right people and the right units to actually ensure say Obenya O2 arena performing. And also depending on Amrado Nankasa to ensure that the brand is on that level, the popularity is on that level, Ninyo is on that level. Label no bit me plug in at places are. So I say NA or an answer back O2 people will say, okay, we know him. How is that Wale's problem? And see, I find it difficult to actually connect. So Shatta Wale is the biggest problem into me and for Phyllis mission. No. Only problem they're saying in him that. It is him. That's him. That's his ability to actually generate hype. And so you're not any problem. Now, Ebika director said I didn't one mention the again, it is Wale's persona. That's him. How many times has ideally Sarkodie is all over the place. What Sarkodie is doing or fulfilling two things, or fulfilling a function as an artist. Because artistry, one of the biggest functions is actually to do what? Perform, go on tour, do a lot of gigs. He's actually Sarkodie, Stonebwoy. They are fulfilling one of their biggest mandates as artists. The other mandates, they are feeding their respective families. Shows no Shatta Wale. In their minds, to feed our families and your people around us. It's all forget it. It's a minimum there. I believe the Wale problem is more of personality than BBR, because the case of how does it affect anybody from filling the O2 arena? Another problem is peculiar. Now let me come to comment or pass say filling the O2 and the priority. Now my kind story now says Wale or delusional.
Another track coming for you?
Yeah. He actually, if you actually read the story and feel exactly what he said.
I mean, wow.
Oh, you have the story. Go ahead.
I mean, so maybe would you have
okay. I'll say.
Filling O2 arena isn't my priority.
Yeah.
I want $1 billion in my account.
Good.
Nah. Or see during Twitter space. Okay, so I'm reading from Kokonsa post or yenti. My mention baby a quotes newo. Or see you people call me a drug addict. Why should I risk my life to fill a place for Ghanaians or the music industry?
Stop. Or see you people call me a drug addict. Why should I risk my life to fill a place for Ghanaians for the? How does this make sense? Artist, Okwakofile O2 arena. How is that a risk to your life? It is part of your function as your mandates as an artist to actually go out there and perform. Unless, of course, when you're an artist. And I say you don't believe so, you're a musician. Because when you're a musician, their revenue generation points are royalties, endorsement deals, album sales now streaming. And then most importantly, touring or playing gigs and performances. And so when you're an artist now say, you are actually risking your life for doing a part of a whole job as then what's the point? Or say, why should I raise myself and fill a place for Ghanaians? How are you feeling it for Ghanaians?
It's pride.
God, come on. I have been saying this several times. Say, if Amrado, a winning VGMA rap performance of the year, me as a fan of Amrado, the only thing I can take out from that is pride. I can go into an argument and say, Charlie Amrado win. But the biggest beneficiary of that award is Amrado. Guess what? Make a sure about how many times I wasted affiliate O2. Make a sure that Davido affiliate O2 affiliate me born never. So how is it possible to affiliate O2 a benefit to young Ghanaians? All we will do is win arguments and be proud about it. But the biggest beneficiary is you, Shatta Wale. Because at the end of the day, revenue be able generated according to your pocket or no family. Number two, accolades be able generated and you would diminish. True or false? So how do you tell me say you are risking the place to fill it for Ghanaians? Now let's move on. Some kind of quotation.
I am okay. I wanted to buy house, land, and investment. I am okay. So filling the O2 is not my priority. My priority is to keep $1 million in my account. That is where I am right now. Nobody should disturb me about filling the O2 or my music.
See, the point is, and again, this guy is delusional here. Because when you're a musician, and that's when you're an artist, unless, of course, also when you're a musician, but when you're a musician, your ability to generate $1 million now, which may generate from performing. True or false? It's maybe you're not a real estate developer, and also or you're a plumber. But so when you're an artist, your biggest, listen, Obianya the research. Your biggest revenue, all the artists almost biggest revenue generating, we endorsement do touring. Taylor Swift is making a lot of money touring. 50 Cent is presently touring. Drake is presently touring. That's how they make their biggest revenue. Don't let nobody lie to you about it. If Shatta Wale agrees or your artist, he cannot tell me say yes can fit touring. He's lying to himself. Go to the last quotation.
It's not in quotes. It's meaning.
Yes, it's like when you come after.
Or see,
after I fill
the Accra Sports Stadium, Ghanaians should have given me a helping hand to fill the O2 because I'm not from London to be able to fill up the O2?
This is preposterous. Because you are not from London, you cannot fill the O2. Mepacho, Ashake no ofi Jamaica.
Or Tottenham.
Westgate no ofi Bangladesh.
Or Tottenham.
What is he talking about? Because you are not from London, you cannot. Or say Ophelia Accra Sports Stadium. Into Ophelia Accra Sports Stadium, Ghana should have given a helping hand to senior. Accra Sports Stadium, no, Accra Sports Stadium.
And you're the same.
How is it the same?
Asana.
How is it the same? And you see, so Ophelia Accra Sports Stadium, clearly, per this quotation, it means our aspiration to actually go to O2 and fill it. But we have support. So support on catch one, or catch a marathon, so catch it.
I see industry reform.
Effort being, guess what? Effort being a Shatta Wale after filling the Accra Sports Stadium to actually go and fill the O2. Connect being a way to me affect to ensure so which me call O2 work of failure. Because here, by this quotation, Unyaya or back of failure. This is very simple. You see what Sarkodie, Stoneboy, and the rest are doing? Filling the O2 in a gradual process. You actually need to test your popularity in these domains before you see, a befa. What's in Ghana? After filling a crash post, you've not even gone to do a few shows and stuff or assets to actually test your popularity level to gauge, say, okay, if you say international audience, no more you can now make a leap and do O2. You've not done that. But Sarkodie and Stoneboy and the rest, no, more testing what testing to actually see, say, a gradual process after a year or two, no, you're showing your popularity level on that level, we can now connect and see, say, we can fill it. Who do you want? But you are sitting here and telling me, say, after filling that Accra Sports Stadium, Obiama support to actually go and do O2. Nyansa Ben. Nyansa Ben Pan was asking my person catching.
Maybe I know what the next line Babe Kayamano. Or say Ashake alone could not fill the O2. Industry players contributed. So if
industry players being the contributor.
So if the Ghanaian industry is trying to bust someone,
industry players being the contributor, the gentleman is signed to a local label, YBNL, Olamide label. He signed to an international record label and distribution label, Empire. These are the people who actually connected. And guess what? Before Ashake, and this one just came last year, 2022. Before me, last year, I performed or Brixton, one of more UK form academy. Uncle for 2B and some higher.
Yeah.
That was for him to actually test the popularity level to see the fan now. And you just check his streaming numbers. From last year to this year, the popularity, especially with streaming numbers, is on that level. Until we're gauging, we say the UK audience is high. And actually to test in a way, Oko performing last year was a small venue to actually see the fan. So which industry supports now? It's all to Ghana. You've not made the move to actually say, Okoboha Kakabefa, until what they engaging say a year or two, no much between O2. I want what's Hannah would this Sarkodie money to move or mobile lay foundation to actually ensure, say, in the next year, once they get a proper connection, they can do what would you more fail and telling us the amount of support. Come on. Stop the hard wash.